Special, mind your business. I'm gonna say my newest baby is out on YouTube. It's called Mind Your Business. It was a labor of love that took 4 years.
Wow.
It took 4 years because I became a new mom. It started during the pandemic. So this was 4 years in the making since the floor is lava. And so when this special dropped, I was super nervous because this was me talking about motherhood. This was me saying stuff that a lot of us haven't been able to say for a long time. You know what I mean? About growing up and what I realized about childhood and parenting and, even my parents took it in stride, the things that I talked about on stage. So I was nervous when it hit, and then the special dropped, and the reception of the special has been so good, and I'm so relieved because there was this nervousness about how different this was from a lot of things. And so the new special, which I'm working on now, and I realized I love doing specials. I love doing, my favorite comic of all time is George Carlin. He did about 6 or 7 specials before he passed. And so I'm at 5. And that means something to say. That means something to me. And I think, and I'm speaking to everybody here, but specifically to the women, I want to preach this. Give yourself your flowers.
Right.
Give yourself your flowers for what you've accomplished in life. I don't care if what you've accomplished is getting up in the morning. Sometimes that's all the fight you have in you. Give yourself your flowers. Nobody tells us to congratulate ourselves, but sometimes the hardest thing to do, and I'm speaking to everybody in this room because everybody goes through it, men, women, theys, thems, everybody. We all have those days where our biggest fight is just getting out of that bed. So if you got out of bed, applause break.
Right.
I'm answering a few questions. So who's starting? Okay. Of course I do, and I remember Danya as well. Yes, I do. Thank you. Stanley Drugs was the first job I had out of, I want to say, intermediate school, because I was really young when I started there. I was a baby. My mom was like, you better start working. Yeah. That was also the first time, the only time, a gun was pulled on me was working at that place. Yeah. This lady came in, she gave me a scratch-off ticket, because I was working the lotto machine. She said we owed her money. I was like, no, we don't, because we didn't, it wasn't a winning ticket. And I thought I was just speaking facts.
So this is Gina Brillon at Comedy and Parliament
It's
doing
pretty
Q&A
easy to see you didn't win nothing, but she was yelling at me, and she was clearly on something, and she pulled out a gun, and she pointed a gun at me. And I thought, well, this is it. I literally was like, there's a gun in my face, I guess. It's been a good run. Because what am I going to do? What am I going to do at that time? I was a teenager. There's a gun pointed at me. I was like, this is a wrap. It's been real. Remember me? And then she pulled the trigger, and it was a fake gun. Yeah, shit is exactly what I did. The second she pulled that trigger, I was like, hey! And it was so funny because, like, then one of the stop guys there ended up tackling her and then getting her out of there. And I was like, I was like, I'm never telling somebody they're wrong again. That solidified me as a people pleaser. I was like, I don't want to fucking get shot. Like, I'll just agree with you and move on with my life. I would have handed her $100, told her it was $1,000, and she would have been happy. Yeah, I learned some great lessons in Stanley Drugs, and thank you for being happy for me. Stanley Drugs, that's what it was. My mom, I had that job before me. Before her was my Aunt Melody, and then I started working there. So yeah, wow. Shout out to Stanley Drugs.
Woo!
I want to say thank you. I fell in love with you with your videos.
Oh, thank you.
And as a community activist for 15 years, it's important that us Latina cheer each other. And you don't know the promise that you give to us knowing that you're talking truth, and that, yes, we need to buy flowers for ourselves.
That's right.
And forgive.
That's right. Forgive.
Maybe
Forgive.
know better, but then I realized my mom was my mom and dad, and the strength that she put in me to be helping others. And I
Yes.
just praise God that I was able to tell her that. So I want you to
Amazing.
know that we're here for you. You're not
Amen.
alone.
Christ.
And I love you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Woo!
What are you doing right now? I mean, how much-
Nobody else gets one.
All right.
That means a lot to me. That means a lot to me. The support has always meant a lot to me. And I think it's beautiful what she said. It was beautiful. And it means, y'all don't understand. I get asked this question all the time. Have you ever thought about quitting? Every day. Every day. Because when you take a chance, there's nothing scarier than taking a chance on your dream. And there's nothing scarier than thinking that everybody else is in control of it. You know, there are factors that are outside of my control, and the only reason why I think, or a big part of the reason why I haven't quit is because not only do I love this, but the support that I get from everybody really means the world to me. It's the thing that keeps me going on nights where I'm like, yo, why? When I don't have a good crowd, when I get told no by networks or whatever, if I'm doing a project and something doesn't go through, the fact that y'all will even hit me up on a random Tuesday and be like, yo, I watched your clip and I laughed so hard, it helped me through this, helped me through that, like that really keeps me going, so thank you. You have a question, right? I was 14 years old and I saw my first comedian. It was Brett Butler. And she was doing, it was Brett Butler's special. Brett Butler Sold Out, which was actually her second special. I didn't see her first special till later on. And I remember not realizing stand-up was a job somebody could do. I knew I loved making people laugh since I was a kid. I knew that I loved bringing joy to people. I saw how it changed people, how it helped people. My grandmother was, some people know the story, my grandmother was very sick growing up and our connection was laughter. So seeing her laugh in her, most sickly moments with her whole spirit is what made me fall in love with it. So I saw Brett Butler and I thought, I'm going to do whatever that is for the rest of my life. What she's doing right now, I want to do that for the rest of my life. And I had no idea. I never took a comedy class. I did nothing but study comedians and go to stand-up comedy clubs and really revere it for the art that it is. And at 14, I knew. I said, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. I don't care how. I don't know how. But I'm going to do that. And I just stuck with it. I think that's what happens when you fall in love with something. It's okay. You got to sit her or she got to go potty. It's all right. Go ahead. Go ahead, sis. It's okay. No, go ahead. Go ahead. We're going to be crying in a second. Go. I can already, y'all are a deep crowd. I can feel it from you.
Thank you so much for being here. This might be a personal question.
Okay.
But I have a friend who also, she's a mother of a 2-year-old, first child, and she smokes as well.
Mm-hmm.
But she's been telling me that she's going to quit in the next year or so before her child can develop memories. So, I wanted to ask you, do you ever plan on quitting or
Here's the thing. I respect people who quit. I don't run nobody's life. If they're gonna quit, I just always say, just because you quit doesn't mean that you're above somebody who still smokes. It doesn't mean that you have the right to judge them if they don't quit. You can quit and you can stop all you want, as long as you don't become a judgmental person and put that on somebody else. The reason why I'm not gonna quit is because there is a distinct difference between me and my child. And that is, I am a grown-up dealing with life, and he is a child that I have to protect and I have to take care of. And the stress of that, knowing the person I am, I will fall apart. I will fall apart. There are nights that are just too hard with worry. So I know that I could do it. I commend her if she's gonna do it. But I think also sometimes people do that to avoid having uncomfortable conversations with their kids. Because to me, it's nothing but me telling my son, this is something that mommy does as a grown-up. When you get older, we can talk about it and its effects and how it affects you and why I think it's a good idea or not a good idea for you to try it. Because I won't be a hypocrite to my son, but I will gently guide him through it. You know what I mean? My son knows that I smoke, but I won't smoke in front of him. He knows that I may step out to have a smoke. He knows, but I will never lie to him about it, and I will never do it around him so that his development is not affected. I'm already grown. Whatever is messed up is already messed up. I'm considering it.